Hey y'all, it's your girl Dee Dee from That's Just TMI. I'm here with my girl Tiffany Dawn. She's got it going on. You're here, bestie, and mine. If it's your first time here, welcome. And if you've already been here, tell more friends so that they can subscribe and join the TMI family. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about self care, self love, because if this pandemic has taught us anything, it's that we need to take time for ourselves.
The truth is, you don't have anything to give that you don't have. So you have to keep your own self full. That's your job. You know,
Right?
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. So, what have you been doing for self care or self love?
Um,
This is great.
I
Yeah.
should have known this was going to be a question. Okay, so for self love, so I'll tell you. I guess I'll tell you the things that I removed,
Okay.
and then I'll tell you the things that increased.
Okay.
So, um, like I stopped. So I have my own business, but I stopped paying myself. And then I stopped doing my nails.
Wait, you said you stopped paying yourself?
I did from my business.
Okay.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
think someone's confused, but me.
I stopped paying myself for my business because is my business actually running?
Well, makes sense.
So you gotta have something to pay something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's one. And there was also a little bit of a strategic move with that, but I think that's for another
Okay.
episode.
Yes.
So here in Ontario, we do get government assistance and whatnot, and just my financial strategic moves from last year
Mm-hmm.
has afforded me the ability to sort of still save, but also live on those funds. So
Okay.
when my when Ontario does get to a place where they feel that barbers and salons are essential, um, my business will not be in the negative, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still in the green. It's actually doing, my business is doing way better than Tiffany Barrow herself. Um, but so there's a strategic move with that, but um, I had a plan that is working out really nicely.
Oh,
So
hallelujah.
I'm still, I don't exactly, I don't pay myself, but I do have money to live on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. It sounds crazy, but I'm
No, we're not
actually
worried because
feeling
you look
yeah.
great, so we know you're okay. We know you're good.
So now that I've kind of told you what I've stripped away,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I was doing like laser hair removal.
Oh,
I was doing, my eyebrows and stuff like that, like just like
mm-hmm.
maintenance stuff.
Maintenance. Yeah.
And I I was doing that even up until the end of last year, and then I slowly removed that too.
Mm-hmm.
So what has increased that I feel is like self love
Mm-hmm.
is my exercise,
Okay.
right? Doing a bit more of that. Um, but also, and this is also going to sound contradictory, but my Uber Eats.
Ah!
So,
I get it.
so the thing is, like, I'm still, I feel like I'm still saving money, even though I'm spending a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it, but I am not, it equates to even less.
I was about to say, I understand it because when the world is open, you're going shopping, you're going out to eat, you're driving more, you're doing so many more
You're
things. So,
spending so much more money, and like even even the sound of saying spending money on Uber Eats
mhm.
4 out of 7 days a week, it sounds crazy, but it's not.
Yeah, and it still
It's
doesn't
not to
equate to
me.
what you would have been spending. Oh,
Right. Even the things like I did buy a bunch of like exercise clothes because my
Mm-hmm.
birthday's coming up. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be my treat to me.
Okay.
There's a couple things like little stuff here and there that I've bought.
Mm-hmm.
Some I used, some I haven't used, some were a total waste, but it still does not equate to the money that I was
Mm-hmm.
letting slip through my fingers and stuff like that. So I'm still able to get the things that I may want and then get still save up. So that's kind of my self love, those two major things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have a lot of time to do absolutely nothing because, like, work is slowed down. It's not like you can really promote yourself, even if you're a business working under the table.
Yeah.
This is a time where you can't really promote yourself to say, well, it's not in our best interest
Mm-hmm.
to promote yourself to tell people, hey, I'm actually working under the table because
Yeah.
that's just drawing attention
Yep.
and you don't want that if you're really messing with the CRA. You don't want that. You
Mm-mm.
don't want that smoke.
Yep.
And sometimes like I see people tagging like their nail salon or their hair salon. I'm like, don't tag me. Even if I feel like one day I might put a curl in your hair, don't tag me. Don't tag none about me. Okay. If you care about me and you want me to be functioning in 2021,
Don't tag me.
don't tag me. So yeah, that's a little bit of the self-care and maybe like nature walks. I go walking a lot more in the park
Mm-hmm.
specifically. Hmm. So before that was just a place to take guys on dates, but like I kind of go for myself too. Yeah, it's okay. Someone told me I was too honest, but it's okay. That's another digit. Mhm.
Okay, that's good.
What
I
are
will
you
say,
doing for self-care?
so when the pandemic first started, I was like, oh, I have all this time on my hand. I'm going to do all the stuff. So like I had bubble baths, I had the candles, I was doing all that stuff, went for walks, I was working out. And maybe it's the fact that we're still locked down and now I'm just sick and tired or annoyed or whatever the case may be. But I can truly say I have not been as consistent as how I was when I first started. I've like scaled it back. I mean, sometimes I'm like, okay, I will do it next week. And next week comes and it's like, oh, I blinked and I missed next week. Like it just flew past me. That have been a
What
new
is
week. But I've actually scheduled massages, so I've had that done and I've used, through my insurance. So like that's good. So I can feel a little relaxed and they play the little zen music and you're just like, ooh. Like you just
so
feel like
how is it in there? Sorry to cut you off, but how is it in because I know a girl that is a masseuse
mm-hmm,
and I know she does it like in people's homes and stuff like that, even before the pandemic.
mm-hmm.
Like she would come to home. So are you going to these places?
I am going to the place. I do go to
Okay.
the massage place, whatever they're called. Because I don't want them in my space. But I don't mind going to you. I'm still masked up, you're masked up, and you've
Yeah, that's
told me you've
true.
done your due diligence and all that stuff. And I like that better. But my goal, like in long term goals, when I get the house, I am gonna have my own massage bed so that people can just come and I'll have my bed. They don't even have to bring their bed. I'll have the bed there and we'll get massages. So that when I get the house, people, y'all will know. And that self care through the roof, child, through the roof.
I need the life that you're living because this one is clearly not the one I dreamed of. Honestly, it's so crazy. I'm almost 36 and I'm like, I can't even really function the way I want to function. It's interesting. And so because it's like you're lacking one thing, well, on my end, you're lacking one thing and you're trying to find stuff that will make you feel better. And I know like women, they like to get their hair done to feel better. So that's my realm. So I feel like Ontario, you're really taking away a part of self care,
Yep.
right? Because I know women, lots of women They
Mhm.
come and they literally like almost have like a sigh of relief because they're away from the husband, they're away from the kids, they're away from um, the
Mhm. Work
stress
and
of
all
the
of this
home
stuff.
or work or whatever it may have. And you're literally in this secluded environment where it's just we can talk, we can not talk, we can watch TV, we
Mhm.
can laugh, we can cry, we can do whatever you want
Yeah.
within this frame of time. And so when you're now saying that like a barber is not essential or a hairstylist is not essential, you're essentially taking away part of a self-care regime. Even your nails, your toes,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like I don't know, maybe people do the eyelashes for self care.
That's
Who
true.
knows,
Or their
right?
eyebrows
So
and all that stuff.
eyebrows, anything like that. It's like you are taking a piece of me away. And some people are willing to do any and everything to get that, So it's just like, come on,
Yeah.
man. It's
When the
annoying.
pandemic first started, I did go and get my nails done. I think I got it done twice. And both times I got it done, I was also very pissed because I got it done when like we had opened up for a little bit. And then by the time
Mhm.
it's grown out, I was like, but we're locked down. So now I got to
Right.
go to my local shoppers or Rexall or somewhere to get the thing to take it off. What is it?
Okay, let's talk about press on. Press
I
on.
haven't done it. Have you?
I have,
And
and I think the brand that I got was probably not the best
okay.
because I was still trying to do the most with my hair. But there's a brand that my cousin actually introduced me to, and there's another one called Kiss. Kiss is a good brand.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking. I'm actually it's it's a whole lot cheaper.
I can only imagine.
It's
'Cause
a whole lot cheaper. And then for me, there's a braiding technique that really you only need your index and your pinky.
mhm.
So it's not like I want the rest of the nails done.
I'm screaming. You just want
And
your
I
index and your pinky?
right. So because it's now helping my work. Like I can, if I were to purchase that, I can actually put that under my business expenses
I
because
want to
it's
scream.
helping. I'm just
Exactly.
saying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's things like people don't even think of. But yeah, I just feel like it's so right that I'm not essential when I feel so essential.
I know you are essential because there are people who really can't do their hair. And like
They
you
can't.
mentioned, some people come to these spaces, the barber shop, the hair salon, for a release. And this is now affecting our mental health, which I
Mhm.
feel like, as much as our physical health is important, not saying it's not, our mental health is just as, if not more important. And I feel like our government doesn't see that because do
Um,
you not realize that we are all feeling trapped? Like this is like being in a prison in your own home. Because
Sincerely, I you may not have noticed, but in my basement, I do have bars on my window, so I actually feel like I'm in
I
jail.
want to scream.
Um, yeah, I want to see too. That's the thing, right? But I also feel like hmm, the state of people with mental health has increased dramatically.
Hmm.
So those feeling depressed, I
Oh, of course.
had like a very small moment earlier
Hmm.
this year of like a tad bit of depression.
Hmm.
And um, especially like the second round, I'm like, you've got to be
Hmm.
kidding me.
Yeah.
And it's I know we're speaking about like our mental health and doing things to make ourselves feel better, but more people are wanting to commit suicide and have
Hmm.
these thoughts and like they can't make it. So if you can't um, pay your bills,
Yep.
if you can't, if you're living with your abuser, if you are just like location wise, you're not, or space wise,
Hmm.
you're not even able to be in your own quarters, to be away
Yeah.
from, you may not be living with your abusers, but you're not even able to get your own space where you can like zen out. And
Mm-hmm.
so I know like some friends of mine, so they don't really get to that point
Mm-hmm.
of like depression and those types of thoughts. They'll either go walking, they'll go bike riding, they'll sit in their car, like
Yeah.
literally just sit in their car for at least an hour, just or go
Oh.
for a drive. And so it's it's more intense or more complex than just saying you're on lockdown, don't come
Mm-hmm.
out of your house. It's like you don't know everyone's situation, and because you don't know everyone's
Yeah.
situation, it's not so simple just to
Mm-hmm.
say don't leave. Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
And then the other day when they were when Ford was trying to
the
tell the
police,
police to stop people, and I said, now you're really
girl.
getting out of hand.
You know what's amazing? It's amazing because Ford went to bed. He had a dream, right? He woke up and he's like, boom, police are gonna stop all the man them on the road.
All
I
of them.
said, hold
And
on.
you need to make sure basically that your driver's license match where you are. First of all, mine does not. So I said, whoa,
It's
are they
all
gonna really send me back to Bush? Because that's where my address is for, but I don't
right.
live there. But my license is expiring, and obviously because the government offices are still closed, I can't
Yeah.
renew my thing. So what are you doing? What are you talking about? And even that sent some people in a panic. They were frantic. They were afraid because they're like, not the police gonna stop me just for driving. I'm obeying every other law, but now you're just gonna stop me. And I saw
So
so
I've
many memes. Sorry, I saw so many memes where it's like not the Caucasians getting upset because they're gonna be stopped when this is what we've been going through for how many years.
mhm, mhm. That was it. It's not putting fear in a Caucasian person's life. It's actually the people. Because oh yeah, we're already stopping us.
Okay,
We're already on your radar.
exactly.
So it was just like that whole thing. He didn't have a plan. You did not speak to the police. They
Because
weren't
then the
doing
police said they weren't doing it.
no, because it didn't make sense, babe.
No,
Okay.
like it couldn't have.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go literally none of us are everyone's doing the mannequin challenge. And how are you gonna get anywhere? You stop. No, you stop. Okay, you stop first.
Yeah, just line up. Just all of you line up behind each other, and I'll deal with you one at a time. No.
You would literally need one policeman at every person's driveway. So when they come
At
out their
that
house,
point,
they're like,
where
yo,
are you going? Yeah,
where
yeah.
are you going? Nah, so go back.
How many people are going to be there? What's the occasion?
Right.
Like too much, too
As
much.
such, it didn't make sense.
But I can
Some
truly say that if it wasn't for work and probably other little social things that I'm doing, where it may be like I go to church to go sing or whatever, I would probably lose my mind. 100%.
it's the hardest thing to actually like. Okay, I love being alone. So
Really?
in my yeah, I do. Um,
See, I don't like people, but I don't like
this
being
is
alone.
weird.
Yeah, I saw another meme where it said, "Don't you just hate going in public and then public is there?" I hate that. I like going to in public places, but when there's a crowd, why are you all where I wanted to go? Stay
Because
home.
no, why are you where they wanted to go? How comes it have to be them? Huh?
Because I wanted to go there. I just don't want to see all these people there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. You're not the first person I've heard that said they don't like people, but I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry. I love all people. Forgot where this was going. I love all people. I just don't like people in my personal space.
well, then the lockdown has to be working for you.
And it's not. So
That's wild. Broski?
this is why I need help. So if you or someone you know can assist me with what I'm going through, call
Well,
the
there
number
are
that will
people
appear
who
on the
do.
screen. Huh?
That's hilarious. There are things like we're talking about self-care and self-love, and I think a part of self-love and self-care is having community, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so um, there's a lot of things that my friends have been doing that are actually fun. They're actually fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll list a couple that I specifically attend.
Mm-hmm. Oopsie.
So one is the living room on Tuesday
Mm-hmm.
nights, 9 p.m.
Which I
Um,
still can't get to on time because every time
and I
I
meant to
see
message
10
you.
p.m.,
My
I'm
bad.
like, I done missed it. I'm like, why?
No, I'm gonna do a better job. It's me. So we meet. You did attend once, but
Yes.
we meet on Tuesday nights and we discuss like God, politics, literally anything in the news that's happening too. And we just get perspective. And sometimes that chat is just spicy, but it's so great because it's
Mm-hmm.
not just like our church community, it's people in the community, which makes
Which
it
is
super
great.
interesting
Mm-hmm.
for their perspectives. And then we have like people all over. Like I know this girl from Montreal attended last night.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like, yeah, so we really get a lot of different people coming through there. It's really dope. Another thing that I do is like church socials. I'm usually co-hosting that with a friend of mine, Dale Brown, and we've done it twice. We did one for Christmas,
Oh,
and we
nice.
just did one in April, which was
Mm-hmm.
fun. That was really great because it's out. And the thing is, my church is kind of spicy. I didn't know they had the spice. I thought it was a little paprika, but it's a little Scotch
Oh my
bonnet type
goodness.
thing. And I like it. I'm here for it, Saints.
Thought it was
You
a little
know?
paprika.
Yeah, that was good. I've been doing a lot of even TMI, just
Yeah.
being a part of TMI is good for me because then I have a purpose. Like
Right? You
I
have
have a
stuff to
purpose.
do.
Yeah, you have stuff to do. And I think that's a part of making yourself feel good too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the last one would be attending church services, even though sometimes the service may not be for you.
Yep.
Um, we're in a space where literally whatever you're looking for, because majority of everything is online, you can search what you are looking for and you will find. Seek,
Yeah. And
knock,
you will find.
and
Wow.
you will find.
But as Tiff and I have echoed, self care is super important. So is self love. And just remember, whatever your weight is, however you look, you are all beautiful. You were made
That's right.
in God's image, and you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
And wonderfully made.
Cha,
Yes.
continue to love yourself. And till next time, we are thought provoking,
Thought provoking,
motivational,
motivation,
inspirational.
and inspiration.
See you in the next video. Bye.